Beat them as they come, you're not leaving me astray. Hopeless, I is what said I want. It won't bring me brighter days.
So this week, good week. I got my towel and my car keys stole last time I went surfing. And I got a ticket for parking in the red at Del Mar. So the week started off a little rocky. But I was actually pretty proud of how I handled it. I just let it roll.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good.
And then yesterday we went to CJG. So what was your biggest takeaway from yesterday?
Oh my gosh, I was recapping last night. It was like so much. Because we were trying to come up with all these great ideas, and then he looked at it for 1 minute and like one sentence came out of his mouth, and Steve and I were
crazy?
Like, what?
He has a talent for vocabulary?
Yes, vocabulary and English, but just also putting your thoughts and ideas into a really cohesive, clear, just like system that we needed.
The biggest thing I took away was, what if the things you look at as distractions in your life are actually the things that are going to help move you to the next level?
Yeah.
Like what comes up for me is like surfing. Like we could be
working
trying to work and figure out like how to move the ball, but I think this is moving the ball forward because it's really how we show up as people. And if it's hard for us to show up as good people if we're like not exercising and we're not
healthy,
honoring things that we're passionate about, things that light us up. And for you, like you've been doing a lot of like how did Healthy Renewal go this week?
Good, really good. It's nice to hear from people. I run like just a blog on Instagram, nothing crazy, but just tracking some health changes over the last 12 weeks, and a lot of our friends follow it, and our friends have been like DMing me like, oh, you inspired me this week, I went to spin, or you inspired me, I'm going to Renegade Fitness. Well, that's kind of fun to just inspire other people just by doing something I do every day anyway, so it's kind of nice.
It's crazy, like sometimes I gloss over inspiring people, and someone always inspires me, so it's like something you have to pass on. But it's a big deal. Like it's like the butterfly effect. Like you don't know what putting something positive or putting yourself out there, whether it be a piece of content or whatever, like will do for this person or the world or their family. So it's like I get very excited.
Me too. I didn't realize it was even affecting anybody.
Makes you step your game up, you know?
No, I mean I'm surfing with you today because I saw on your calendar. I can see his calendar. So I'm like, oh man, he's surfing like twice this week. I need to surf. I told myself I'd surf, and I haven't surfed since June with you.
Yeah.
So don't video me surfing. Video him.
When you mentioned that one of your goals this year was to go surfing once a week, and that like has not happened at all. No. I was like, oh wait, like a light bulb went off in my head. I'm like, oh, I could pass it on to Rita because if I pull you surfing, then you'll go, you know. And so
it's true.
So here we are.
Here we are. Get in the water.
Let's get in the water.
Let's get in the water.
I ain't gonna let it leave, no. You gave me hope, you gave me love, you lift me up when I was down, and now my fortune's all for me, living your reality. The final thing you say at night, I stayed up hoping you're alright, and now I use these words I speak, living my reality.
So I got this new camera, and it's day 3, and I've barely used it, so feeling like I need to shoot some stuff. And what I've been thinking about today is just what's it gonna take, to put what lights you up at the forefront of your life and make it important. There's like a goal that I'm shooting for, and I'm still not sure like what the goal is. I'm like torn between just being in the present moment and just like being successful each day versus like the place where I come from, I've always needed to be shooting for some goal. But what's really helped me recently is instead of calling it a goal, calling it a target. So my identity's not wrapped up in this goal where each day I'm feeling like I'm not there, you know what I mean? And it's not a good feeling. So instead I'm just shooting for these targets, and I've got some targets like grow Lit Up Life, viewers, subscribers, grow, fans listening to the music, grow people that I have a positive impact on, that share, that I helped them in some way or inspired them in some way. That's the real juicy goal for me, but it's hard to quantify that. It's like, what, 20 people tell me that I inspired them? I don't know. It's kind of like hard to to make that a KPI. And I'm so used to having those in business, and everything that's brought me to this point has worked well. But with music, it's just a little bit different. I think it's going to take being around other songwriters and writing with other people, because I can't do this on my own. I have to have the synergy and the creativity from other people. It's going to take allocating the time. I'm really excited because I'd been involved in this nonprofit for a long time for people in the real estate industry. And I love the group, and I love, my time has been well spent there, but I had to step down from my position as vice president because it's death by 1,000 cuts. Every little activity outside of my main focus, my family, my music, my business is just, it's just a step back, and I can't be, all places at all times. So I gotta limit, what I'm doing. And so that was bittersweet, but I'm actually really excited to have that time freed up. So then I'll be able to put that extra time into music and business. And then the other thing is focus. Today's a focus day for me. So I divvy my days into free days, focus days, and buffer days. It's a strategic coach way of handling time management. And the free day is a 24-hour period from midnight to midnight where you don't do any business-related reading, work, or anything at all. A focus day is where you spend 80% of the day on your highest priority. They call it highest money-making items, or just like whatever's most important. It's usually like working on something that's really important. So that's a focus day. That's today. And then a buffer day, which was yesterday, is just like kind of a day to clean up messes, get stuff done, errands, etc. So just staying focused on my focus days is so tough sometimes because I use my phone for so much stuff, like voice recordings, Instagram and stuff, and it's so easy to like be working on music and then all of a sudden pulled into my phone or pulled into some other distraction. So I think focus is going to be big. So the right focus, the right allocation of time, the right passion and energy, I think I have that, and the right co-creators on the marketing side. Super excited, just trying to stay grounded and stay focused. So that's where I'm at.
Thoughts are heavy, mind's asleep. Thoughts are heavy, melting at my feet. Thoughts are heavy, mind's asleep. Thoughts are heavy, melting at my feet. Thoughts are heavy, mind's asleep.
So I'm on this, I don't know if you can see it, but this website called Lyric Genius, and it allows me to upload my lyrics and put annotations about what the song means and what the lyrics mean. It's super cool. I wanted to share a couple with you. So in Loved by Me, when I say
what is here but false recognition of what hides inside. I can take this thought, flip it round one time, hold it to the light.
So I wrote here, what that means to me is false evidence appearing real. We all have these fears. I have these fears that hide inside of me, and it's only when I pull them out and start to explore them more do I actually get to work through them and get to conquer them. Some of the biggest leaps I've had when I talk about flipping the thought and then holding it to the light was when I challenged my belief about something. For instance, I used to believe that working long hours was the key to success, that working long hours, working 5, 6, 7 days a week was the best way to succeed. But then I changed my belief to the best way to succeed is actually to create space in my life and work less. That way I'm only working on the most important things. That way my energy is higher because I'm less stressed. That makes me a better leader. That makes me more empathetic. And since I work less, I have more space and I have better ideas. I'm more creative. And so I changed that paradigm shift. And it's just interesting. Sometimes if you take a stressful thought and you say, okay, what's the opposite of that thought? And how is that opposite as true or truer than the original thought? It's a thing from Byron Katie, this great spiritual teacher. And she talks about that you can take almost any thought, flip it around, and find 3 ways that it's as true or truer. So I love this Lyric Genius site, and I'm going to be updating different lyrics on there with a little bit of story about how they came about. So check it out.
But they say I'm wrong. I am not tough.